Deep in the cold darkness of space, the small science vessel Nova Sentinel drifted quietly. Its metal body was scratched and worn from years of exploring unknown regions of the galaxy. Inside, the crew sat at their stations, eyes glued to screens that showed nothing but empty blackness. Captain Myra Talon leaned forward in her chair, her brow furrowed. For days they had scanned this sector, hoping to find any sign of life or signals. Nothing. Until now. A sudden beep interrupted the silence. The communications officer Soren stared at the console in disbelief. "Captain, you need to see this," he said, voice shaking slightly. Mira walked over. The screen showed a repeating pattern of sounds and SOS signal, weak but clear. It was unlike anything they had heard before. The signal pulsed in a strange rhythm, almost like a code. "Where is it coming from?" Mira asked. "Coordinates are outside the known map. Deep in the void," Soren replied. "It's ancient. The signal is old, but it's still active." Mira's heart quickened. Could it be a distress call? From an alien ship? Or survivors? The crew exchanged nervous glances. The unknown was always dangerous. But they all knew that ignoring this could mean missing a chance to make first contact. "Prepare to respond," Mira ordered. The crew worked quickly. The Nova Sentinel's communications array hummed as it powered up to send a reply. They carefully encoded a message in simple language. "We hear you. Who are you? What do you need?" But as the message was sent, the ship suddenly shuddered. Lights flickered. Alarms rang. "What's happening?" Soren shouted, gripping his console. "The signal is feeding back," said the science officer. "Lena, something is interfering with our systems. The SOS isn't just a Kalitza trap." Suddenly, the ship's main screen lit up with a strange image, a massive black monolith floating silently in space, surrounded by faint red lights. It was unlike any structure they had ever seen, ancient, yet clearly artificial. "Can we scan it?" Ira asked, voice tense. Lena nodded. "Yes, but it's emitting a powerful energy field.
Our sensors
Are being blocked." The monolith began to rotate slowly, its red lights blinking in a pattern that matched the SOS signal. "It's alive," Mira whispered. Back in the control room, the ship's AI, named Eris, spoke calmly but with a hint of warning. "Captain, the SOS signal contains embedded data. A warning: do not answer. Do not awaken the Deathworlders." "Deathworlders," Mira repeated, frowning. "Unknown entity. Classified as hostile in ancient databases. The signal is a fail-safe designed to prevent contact." Mira's mind raced. "Then why was the SOS still active? Why did we receive it now?" Aris responded. "Possibly a last attempt by an extinct civilization to warn others. But the signal is incomplete. The full message is encrypted." Suddenly, the ship trembled again. The monolith on the screen pulsed brighter. "We need to move away," Mira ordered. "If that thing is dangerous, we don't want to be near it." The Nova Sentinel began to drift backward, engines humming. But the black monolith's field extended, and the ship's systems faltered. Suddenly, a loud boom shook the hull. A crack appeared in the viewport. "Hull breach," someone yelled. Soren rushed to seal the breach, but before he could act, a glowing red beam shot from the monolith straight toward the ship. It struck the communications array. Lights exploded. The ship went dark. For moments, everything was silent. Then, emergency lights flickered on. The crew gathered in the control room, breathing hard. "What just happened?" Lena asked. Mira looked at the broken console. "We answered a warning, and we awoke something." "Right." His damaged console. "The monolith isn't just a structure. It's a beacon, and it's calling something. A fleet." "An ancient fleet," Aris said. "The Deathworlders. Machines of war programmed to destroy." Mira stood, determination burning in her eyes. "We may have started a war none of us wanted, but now we have to survive it." The stars outside the viewport seemed darker than before. Somewhere far in the void, a fleet was stirring, and the Nova Sentinel was right in its path. The Nova Sentinel floated in silence, its systems damaged and lights dim. Captain Myra Talon sat in her chair, staring out into the endless blackness. The monolith was gone from the screen, vanished as suddenly as it appeared, but the warning stayed with her. Deathworlders, ancient war machines. Deadly and unstoppable. They're waking up, she said quietly. So, rubbed his eyes. We don't even know what they look like, ... or what they want. Lena, the science officer, stared at the data logs. The signal came from a forgotten civilization. Their records say the Deathworlders destroyed entire star systems. They're not just machines, they're programmed to wipe out all life.
Oh.
Mira clenched her fists. And now, because of us, they're coming here. Deep in space, far beyond known maps. Something stirred. A vast fleet of ships, dark and silent, moved slowly from hiding. Each ship was huge, shaped like a giant black claw. It didn't look like any living thing or machine humans had built. Inside, the Deathworlders waited. Dormant for thousands of years, but the SOS from the monolith had awakened them. Their ancient commands were clear. Destroy anything that answers the call. Back on the Nova Sentinel, Mira gave orders. We have limited power. Need to repair comes. And send a warning to Earth. Lena worked on the damaged consoles. It will take hours. You don't have hours, Mira said. Suddenly the ship shook violently. Impact. Soren yelled. The crew rushed to the windows. A small ship, a drone, was circling them. Its black metal surface reflected no light, no markings, no signs of life. It's one of them, Lena said. The drone fired a pulse beam. The ship's shields barely held. Mira yelled, evasive maneuvers. Get us out of here. The Nova Sentinel darted into an asteroid field. The drone followed. Weaving between giant rocks, Soren tried to send a distress signal, but interference scrambled the message. We're losing comes again, he said. Keep trying, Mira shouted. Suddenly the drone exploded. Something hit it from behind. From the darkness came a small human fighter. The pilot signaled on the comms. This is Captain Yara Voss of the Galactic Defense Fleet. We received your distress. Follow me, Myra sighed with relief. Finally, help, she said. But the relief was brief. Yara's ship scanned the area. Captain Talon. The Deathworlders are spreading fast. They've already destroyed 2 mining colonies. Myra's face went pale. We need to warn Earth. The whole galaxy is in danger. Yara nodded. We'll make the jump to the nearest command station. Time is against us. Back in the darkness of space, the Deathworlder fleet grew larger. Ships blinked on in the void. Powered by ancient deadly energy, they prepared for war. The message was clear. Any civilization that answers the fatal SOS will pay the price. Mira and her team moved through the dark corridors of Caro's colony. Every step echoed softly, but they all felt eyes watching. The Deathworlders were no ordinary enemy. They didn't just attack, they hunted silently. Stay close, Mira whispered. They can hide in any shadow, any machine. The engineer, Soren, examined the control panels. They're inside the systems now. The colony's AI is corrupted. It's turning against us. Suddenly the lights flickered. The hallway ahead went dark. A chilling mechanical sound filled the air without warning. The black armored Deathworlder unit appeared, moving faster than any human. The team fired, but their bullets barely scratched its surface. Lena shouted there. Nearly invincible, Mira realized. Brute force wouldn't win this fight. We need to outsmart them. Back on the Nova Sentinel, Yara worked on a plan. We need to cut their connection to the colony's systems, she said. If we can isolate their control hub, we might stop their spread. Myra's cum crackled. I found their main node. It's deep underground, Yara ordered. Send a team. But be careful. The Deathworlders know every move we make. The tunnels beneath Caros. Mira's team advanced cautiously. The air was cold and thick with dust. The silence was broken only by distant metallic footsteps. Suddenly, ground trembled. A massive Deathworlder war machine emerged from the shadows. Its eyes glowing red, the team froze. Mira raised her weapon. Hold your ground. we fight for humanity. Mira's team stood face to face with the massive Deathworlder war machine. Its red eyes glowed like burning coals, and its metal body looked nearly indestructible. Fire at will.
Out!
Mira shouted. Bullets and energy blasts hit the war machine, but it barely flinched. It moved forward steadily, crushing debris under its heavy feet. We need a new plan, Soren yelled. Our weapons won't stop it. Lena pointed to a control panel on the machine's back. Maybe we can disable it from there. Mira nodded. Cover me. With her team providing cover fire, Mira sprinted toward the war machine. The metal giant swung its arm, but Mira ducked just in time. She climbed up, heart pounding, reaching the panel. She jammed her hacking tool inside. Sparks flew. The war machine's movement slowed. Keep going, Lena urged. With a final beep, the machine stopped, then powered down. But their victory was short-lived. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the colony. The Deathworlder fleet was sending reinforcements. Yara's voice came over the comm. Duh. Weave. Got minutes before the fleet reaches Karos. You need to evacuate now. Mira looked at her team. Can't leave without stopping the signal that's calling them, Soren said. The monolith. That's the source. They raced to the monolith's location. The black structure pulsed ominously. Mira placed a device. On it, a powerful disruptor. Energy crackled. The monolith's glow faded. The signal stopped. Outside, sky filled with lights. The fleet was closing in, but the Deathworlders paused. Without the signal, their command was lost. Yara's fleet arrived, weapons ready. The battle was far from over. The small fleet moved silently through the black space, led by Captain Yara Voss and the damaged Nova Sentinel. The weight of what was coming pressed on every crew member. We can't outrun them, Yara said grimly. Faster and stronger than anything we know. Mira stared at the blinking warning lights. We have to find a way to fight back. Lena pulled up sensor readings. Their ships aren't just weapons. They're smart, learning, and adapting. Suddenly the comms crackled. Captain Talon, do you read me? This is the Karos mining colony. We are under attack. They've already landed. At Karos colony, Deathworlder units moved through the empty halls like ghosts. They didn't just destroy, they took control. Machines, systems, even minds. One of the black-armored units reached the colony's main control center. It connected to the central computer, sending red pulses through every wire. The colony's defenses switched off. The invaders had become masters of the place. Back on the fleet, Yara prepared a team. We can't wait for Earth's help, she said. Take the fight to them. Mira joined the team, her resolve hardening. We have to stop the Deathworlders before they reach Earth. The shuttle slipped quietly toward Karos. Outside, the stars looked peaceful, but the colony was a war zone. Inside, Mira and her team moved carefully, weapons ready. Suddenly, a shadow moved. The Deathworlder unit appeared, cold and unfeeling. The fight had begun. The sky above Karos burned with the glow of starships. Yara's fleet faced the massive Deathworlder war machines, now disorganized but still deadly. Hold the line, Yara commanded. Can't let them reach Earth. Back on the Nova Sentinel, Mira and her team prepared the last move. We disabled the monolith signal, Mira said. But the Deathworlders have backup commands. If they reach Earth's systems, it's over. Soren worked fast. I'm hacking into their code. If I can upload a virus, it might shut them down. Do it, Myra said. Seconds stretched like ours. The virus started spreading through the enemy fleet's network. Ships slowed. Systems failed. The Deathworlders were collapsing. But then, a massive explosion rocked the Nova Sentinel. Sabotage, Lena shouted. Enemy infiltrators boarded the ship, silent and deadly. Mira and her team fought desperately. With one last push, they sealed the attackers away. Outside, the Deathworlder fleet fell apart. Their war machines powered down. The threat was over. For now, as calm returned, Mira looked toward the stars. We answered a message from the void, she said, but we awakened something terrible. She knew the galaxy would never be the same.